Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Today with Todd. It is 9:05 and I'm live. Glad you could join me today. Got my coffee, good and hot, and I'm ready to go. I'm only going to keep you for a few minutes, so stay with me. Get yourself something to write down, some notes, and jot down a few things. I'm going to be talking to you about leadership. This is my Leadership Lab number 3, and I'm talking about leadership. How leaders must shift into the role and nature of a leader. So the main thing I want to establish with you is going to be key and pivotal to every leader, and that is the language of leaders. What is the language of leaders? The language of leaders is vision. That's right. The language of leaders is vision. That's what a leader speaks. Whenever I'm speaking with someone, I listen to how they speak, and I can determine whether they are a manager or whether they are a maintainer or whether they are a leader. A leader must be a visionary. So in being a leader and speaking the language of vision, you can't expect everyone to speak that language, because not everyone has vision. So, what is it that people must possess as a leader? Well, I don't believe that leaders are born. I believe that leaders are made. I believe that anyone can learn leadership skills, but you have to learn the language of leadership. Not everyone can see possibility. Not everyone can see potential. And not everyone can see future trends. So what is vision? I'm talking to you about vision. Vision is simply an internal language of the future. It's the internal language of the future. It's an internal language for future direction. All leaders have to learn to speak the language of vision. You know, a leader is not simply someone who is a dreamer. All of us have the capacity to dream. But a leader has to be able to take something that he is seeing for the future and begin to implement it and even initiate it. And he thus becomes a pace setter. So stay with me on that. I'm teaching you some valuable leadership skills. Anyone can become a leader. A leader is simply someone who's influencing another. But a leader must not only see with his eyesight, he has to see with his internal vision. And he has to see that for the future and for the direction of whatever he's leading. Whether you're the leader of a business, whether you're a leader of an organization, whether you're a leader of a church ministry, whatever it may be, you've got to lead with vision. A leader has to learn how to communicate that vision. Like I said, it is a language, and not everyone speaks that language. So what have I got to do? In order for me to take and to communicate that vision, I also have to know that everyone's not speaking that language. So this is what I have to do. I have to translate the vision. I'm reminded from the Bible in the book of Habakkuk. He told Habakkuk, write the vision down, that he that reads it may run with it. Good morning, Chauncey. Translate that vision. You've got to translate the vision. As a leader, you have to translate the vision, because not everyone can speak the language of the leader, and translate it into a written form. Write it down. Make it plain. This is how simple it becomes for you and your organization or business. Writing down, here's where we're going. Here's what we're doing. And the third one, this is how we're going to do it. And making that communication plain to people. Write it down. Go over it with them. Here's where we're going. Here's what we're doing. And this is how we're going to do it. That's your job as a leader, to have an established vision for the future and direction of your business or organization, and then to make it plain. Not everyone's going to speak the leader's language, but I know when someone is becoming a leader because they speak the language of vision. What does that sound like? Well, this is how I know when they're learning it. They begin to speak with potential. They began to talk potential. They began to talk possibility. They began to talk can. A leader doesn't speak the word can't. He speaks the word can. Can this be done? How can we do this? How can this happen? How can we make this happen? That's the language of a leader, because he speaks possibility. He speaks potential. He's not a dreamer. He's an implementer. He's an initiator. He's a pace setter. They also have to bring that down into and begin to steer that organization or that business into and towards that vision. You have to guide and govern it by that vision. Here's where we're going. Here's what we're doing, and here's how we're going to do it. Okay? So that's the language of a leader this morning. Thank you for joining me with that. I want you to visit my website. My wife, she just got in her brand new book last night. This is a daily dose devotional. Isn't that beautiful? This is one of the businesses that she and I operate as well. We do book design and formatting. I did all the interior layout in this, but you can get this book at our website. It's $12 in the US, and that includes shipping, and that's at wisdomforbeyond.com. Also, there's some other resources there. Some of my books are there. The Apex Impartation and Beyond Success, those are now $15 with shipping included in the United States. So I'm teaching you all this week about how to shift as a leader and opening up and sharpening the fullness of you as a leader. Glad you could join me today. I'll be back on tomorrow, 9:05. I will be live. I'll see you then. Have a blessed Wednesday. Bye-bye.